Hey everyone, it's Yoshi. This is the first video in a 4-part series to build your very own custom acrylic LED sign. I'll be teaching you all how to customize the base piece using a neat online CAD software called Tinkercad. So you're first going to want to look up this website, Tinkercad. And once you're on the website, you're either going to log in or sign up. And I'll be signing up. So you press sign up in the top right and choose create a personal account and sign up with either email or Google or Apple. And if you're using Google, it doesn't really matter whether you use your personal or school account. So I'll be doing that and choose that. And you might be prompted to put in some information like your birthday and country. So make sure you do that correctly. And continue. And now you're on the Tinkercad website. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to join the engineering club classroom. So you click on classes to the left over here and press join a class. And the class code for our club is 5TA 5S4KEB. And go to my class and make sure the person here is you and select that. And now it'll show that you're in the engineering club classroom. So you can click on here and you'll see all your assignments. So now you're going to select the activity called Acrylic LED Sign Base Piece. And up here, you'll see the models that I've shared with you guys for you to customize. And down here, it'll show any of the models that you've worked on for this activity. And you're going to either choose one of these two models. The only difference is the side which the cable comes out to power the LEDs is different. So you have the option for the right plug or the left plug. And once you made your decision, you press copy and tinker. So I'll be doing that for the left plug. And now you'll have your very own copy of the base piece I designed. So the first thing you're going to want to do is rename this model. So just name it your first name, last initial, and base. And I'll teach you some of the basic mouse controls. So if you hold and drag right click, you can change the view angle. And you can also use this cube up here. You can click a corner, a face, or an edge to change your view angle. And to zoom in and out, you're going to use the scroll wheel like that. And to choose the location of your view angle, you press and hold your scroll wheel to do that. And these are all the shapes on this right side. And there's basic shapes. There's a bunch of other shapes in the library by Tinkercad. So basically you can drag any shape like that and it pops up. And if you want to move the shape, you either click and drag it around like that, or you use your arrow keys on your keyboard to move it around more precisely. So right now, you can see that the snap grid is set at 1 millimeter. So that basically means that every time I click the arrow keys on my keyboard, it'll move the shape by 1 millimeter. So that would be 1 millimeter, that would be 1 millimeter. And you could change that. So if you want to be really accurate, change it down to like 0.1. But I usually work at around 0.5 millimeters. So every time I move it now, it's 0.5. So basically, these shapes now are going to be what you use to customize this base piece. So you can either add like custom shapes here, or I think the most useful shape would be this text shape So you can drag that down here and expand the view. And you can see this is the text that's going to show up. So say you wanted to put your name, you can type in that here, and you could change height of the text model. And these other things modify various aspects of the text. And to change the font size, you're going to go on here and click on this corner to resize the text. And an important thing about all the shapes on Tinkercad is that they can either be solid or whole. So basically a solid is something that you add onto the model, while a whole is like something you take out. So say you put this into whole mode and then you drag it around like this, put it onto this face like that. And now if you group those together, it'll engrave my name into the base piece. So that's what I'll be doing. So zoom in and you can adjust how deep this text is inside the base piece. And once you think you have a good depth, you hold and drag your left click to select the two models. And up here is group and ungroup. So basically you have to group in order for it to be properly 3D printed onto the model. So press group. And after it renders, you can now see that my name down here is engraved into the base. And you can really do that for any shape. Like if you wanted to do square or triangle or pyramid or something, you can engrave it really anywhere onto this base piece, just like that. If you want to add your name instead of engraving it, so first you'll ungroup those two. Instead of making this text piece a whole, you would make it a solid. And then you can drag again and combine those two so that now it's adding the text to the base piece. So when it 3D prints, it'll be like jutting out like that and you can see your name. Oh, and also an important thing to note is that the side with the hole is going to be the back of your sign, and this other side without anything is going to be the front. So make sure when you're customizing and adding or engraving stuff that it's on the right side. And another thing that you can do to customize your model is import your own STLs to engrave or add onto this model. So I actually have one, and mine is called Fort Mill High School, and import. And it's actually just a 3D model of the Fort Mill High School logo. So I'll probably make another video later on how to make these STLs. But I'm going to want to resize that so it's a lot smaller. And now I can drag this and add it somewhere onto my model. And now I have the logo, Fort Mill High School logo on here. So a few tips to avoid modifying these sides because it might be difficult to 3D print. Also, don't add anything on this part because that's where the piece of acrylic is going to sit. And also, don't modify the underside of the model. So don't put anything here, and don't block the hole where the cable is going to come out from. So once you finish customizing your model, you're basically done. Now you can go back to the home screen of Tinkercad, so press this up here. And now if you go into classes, go into engineering club, go on to the activity, and scroll down here. You should be able to see the model that you customized. It might take it a little bit to render, but I'll be able to see the model that you've made, and it'll be ready for 3D printing. And yeah, that's it for part 1. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.